And so very amazing to read this account of how the UN openly and overtly went after a group of people that were trying to self-determine, and had a leader that they admired and wanted to stand by. And it wasn't white, it wasn't black, it was a mixed group, it was a multicultural group. They wanted to be left alone, and you're not allowed to be left alone. And I think Richard Grove makes the point quite often that history is just that story of the people who want to be left alone and the people who won't leave them alone. You know, that's history. That's the story of freedom. That's the story of liberty. There's many people on this earth who just want to be left alone. They don't want to be in the systems and the big games with the big club. They're quite happy. They would much rather have a couple of acres, a few chickens and goats, a well, and be left to their own devices. But they're just making it harder and harder and harder and harder for people to achieve that, particularly in England. It's very hard to get on, a piece of land and to go off grid. And it's such a small country, isn't it? We don't have much space here, and they're bringing people in all the time to make sure that space, the little space we do have, is full. But that's what I'm kind of reading and getting used to. Is it's like that. It's like the story of the quashing of independent spirit, that human spirit who wants free. It's like the war on freedom in a way. And I think we're being bred to not even crave freedom or know what it is, or if we did have it, we wouldn't even be able to survive, because how many people know how to go and forage some food and build a shelter and and survive in the wild, to start a fire and do all these kind of things. Like, the basics of survival have been slowly but surely bred out of us, little by little, generation after generation, for the most part. Obviously, there's always exceptions. So that even if we had freedom, if suddenly the government did disappear and all their systems disappeared, it would be absolute chaos. It would be carnage, because people wouldn't know what to do. They'd have to form gangs, and they'd have to go around like looting and stealing and threatening and intimidating and all that sort of thing. So it's a sticky situation. I think we've been domesticated to the point of total dependency and reliance upon these systems that even if we got rid of them somehow, we probably wouldn't know what to do, right? So very tricky. It's that war on freedom, and I think this is such a powerful example of how that war is waged, always under the auspices of peace and security, and spreading democracy, and standing up for liberal values, and all this other sort of do-goody, good intentions, which is one of my favorite sayings. I say it all the time, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That is what that phrase is referring to.